Russell Wilson has put up MVP numbers, leading the Seahawks to a 5-0 record, but their defense is not playing at the same level. They've allowed 2,356 yards so far, which is the most in the NFL, and they're on pace to shatter the record for the most allowed in a season at their current pace of 471.2 yards a game. The Seahawks would allow 7,539 yards over 16 games. The 2012 Saints currently hold the record for most yards allowed in a season at 7,042. So blow that record out of the water.
Well, any
if
team
they stay on pace the way they are now.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the other teams in Seattle's league as far as bad defenses, they were all bad teams. A team for the Colts years ago, Drew Brees went 7-9, 7-9 with a crappy defense, and Atlanta's is bad, and they just fired everybody.
And that's what's so impressive about Russell Wilson this
season. They're 5-0.
72.8 completion percentage,
Shush.
over 1,500 yards, 19 touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
People are completing 73% of their throws.
He's just been, he is remarkable, but this season, I'm glad this is kind of happening for him this season because he deserves a league MVP, and I mean, if it continues to trend this way, I don't know how much more dramatic things you can do to change up the defensive situation at this point. They're 20th in points allowed per game, last in yards allowed per game, and tied for second in total turnovers with 10. So they're not. I mean, they're just we all see what's happening, but this is what it makes me nervous for the Seahawks moving into the playoffs, because you can rely on Russell Wilson during the regular season. You can get these wins during the regular season, but as we know, the postseason comes down to situational moments. And if your defense can't get a big stop, it doesn't matter how spectacular Russell Wilson is and what he's making happen with the receivers and tools that he has. Like, you are going to need a big defensive stop in a big moment in the playoffs.
Trading deadline 3 weeks away. Seattle. You make trades in the NFL when you really believe you can win a Super Bowl and you're missing a piece. And Seattle, I don't know what's on the market right now. Seattle needs some help on the defensive line because they're good enough. Their offensive line, they drafted an LSU guard they love, and their left tackle. So their offensive line is middle of the pack. It's not as bad as we thought. But they can't win a Super Bowl with that defensive front. Now, Jamal Adams, their secondary is fine. They have a couple corners I like in Jamal Adams. Bobby Wagner, they're good at linebacker. But one of the real players at the trading deadline to me feels like Seattle.
I mean, it has to be, right? Why would you squander this season in the way that Russell Wilson's playing?
Kansas City, Baltimore, Green Bay, those kind of teams can win the Super Bowl. Even Pittsburgh.
Yeah, the way they're currently assembled.
Yeah,
yes.
Pittsburgh gets a break and doesn't have to go to Kansas City. They can win a Super Bowl. Most of the teams that are in the Super Bowl bubble don't have a huge gaping issue Seattle does up front.
The play disparity is too large for Seattle. So Phillip Rivers struggled Sunday against the Browns, throwing 2 interceptions and logging his first game without a touchdown as a Colt. But Frank Reich is making it very clear they will not be making a move to Jacoby Brissett, and Rivers is the Colts quarterback going forward.
My trust at the end of the day is who he is this guy is a Hall of Fame quarterback. And I have the utmost confidence and belief in him. Our team has the utmost confidence and belief in him. And you're going to live, you got to live with some mistakes. And the good is going to far outweigh the 1 or 2 bad things that happen.
Yeah, I don't buy that. That's coach speak. You can't, first of all, you can't roll the pocket out with Phillip Rivers. So you're a purely pocket team. He no longer has an above average arm. And he makes it. I mean, look at this throw over here. He just doesn't have. There's no sauce on it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the offensive line situation for the Chargers last year was not ideal, but I don't know. I never saw how this was going to work to begin with. I didn't think that he was the piece that's going to put them in position to win a Super Bowl in the way that you can look at the situation in Tampa Bay and say, okay, Tom Brady has enough left to take that team, which clearly had lots of pieces and lots of weapons and a good defense, but turn the ball over too much, and that's something that Tom Brady doesn't do. That could take them to the next level. I didn't see this happening with Phillip Rivers, and you've been talking about this all show. They're probably going to be in play for a free agent quarterback.
Sam Darnold
this season.
Darnold, for all he's dealt with, deserves that. Sam Darnold's dynamic. What they don't have with Brissett or Phillip is like a dynamic athlete that can make some plays on his feet, and Darnold can do that. He just has no help. Here you get help.
Phillip Rivers this season is 3-2, 70.8 completion percentage, 1,227 yards, 4 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Yeah. So, I mean, not spectacular numbers there. Finally, the Lakers brought the Larry O'Brien Trophy back to LA for the first time in a decade, and fans jumped at the chance to buy their team's championship merchandise. According to Fanatics, Lakers fans shattered the previous record, which was held by Cleveland Cavaliers fans for the most merchandise sold after a title.
Wow.
They bought as much swag in the first 12 hours after winning the title as Cavs fans bought in 30 hours after winning the 2016 NBA Finals. This isn't too surprising because the Lakers have a massive, massive brand.
I know, but it's a bad
and it's
economy.
LeBron James. Yes, but I mean, the Lakers fans are all over the world. The Lakers brand is an international brand. I mean, Kobe was obviously a huge part of that. And obviously the city of Los Angeles is much bigger than the city of Cleveland.
If you're the Clippers this morning, oh my God.
Oh my God, I thought about that. I was thinking about that yesterday. Like,
brutal.
I picked the Clippers, but I don't care. Like, people think we get all upset about our predictions.
We don't
like,
care.
It's predictions, okay? Life goes on. I'll be all right. I'm not like rooting against anyone. The only team I root for is the Heat. I'll be all right. But man, that's rough.
It's one thing to underachieve, and then this person that shares the building with you, your big brother, gets
Lakers
a job
fans
promotion.
Are always talking crazy to Clippers fans.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, yes, it's got to be rough. I feel for Clippers fans. Shout out Clipper Darryl and Marcellus, but those are the two biggest Clippers fans I know.
Yeah.
It's got to be rough.
Joey with the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The Herd Lie News.
Tristan Thompson, current Cav, friend of LeBron, his thoughts on what we saw. It was magical if you're a Laker fan. The old teams, the veteran teams underachieved. They all did, except LeBron and the Lakers. You want a 12-ounce ribeye, you don't have to buy the entire cow. And you want to fly in a plane, you don't have to buy the entire row. So why are you paying for unlimited data for your phone when you only use 2 gigs? Pure Talk USA. See, this is where they're perfect. The big carriers hook you. Verizon, T-Mobile. They charge you obscene monthly fees for data you'll never need. That's why you need to switch to Pure Talk. Only charges you for data you need. Keep your phone, keep your number. They're on the exact same towers. You get the same great coverage, but at half the cost. Unlimited talk, unlimited text, 2 gigs of data, $20 a month. That's it. Get unlimited talk, unlimited text, unlimited, plus 2 gigs of data, $20 a month. What do? Get your phone right now. Don't have to change your phone or your number. Get your phone, dial pound 250 and say Colin Coward. Pound 250 and say my name. You'll save 50% off your first month. Same great coverage, same phone, same number, half the cost. Save $400 a year. Pure Talk USA.